what's up guys, Chris here, back in another video. So today I want to talk a little bit about this ZV-E10 that I picked up just recently. You've seen a couple of videos now, I believe. So, I believe this camera is best use case is for travel photography. I know most people in Sony is kind of aiming this towards the vlogging community, and I will do videos on why I think it's a great vlogging camera too, but I believe that its best case use is for travel photography, and I'm going to get into why I think that is. So first off, you know, it comes with this APS-C 24 megapixel sensor, which is probably, in my opinion, best in class. I don't think there's any reason to have any more or less. Now it depends on what type of travel photography I guess you're doing. If you're, you know, professional landscaper and, you know, photographer, then maybe obviously you want maybe a little more resolution. But for the most part, I mean, this is absolutely perfect. You know, it is what it is. The 16 to 50 kit lens on here it's enough. Is it the best lens? No, it's not. But is it a decent kit lens? Is it going to get the job done in most case scenarios? Yeah, I believe so. I've taken it out on a hike now, and actually 2 different hikes now, and I thought that the results I got out of it for photography-wise was pretty darn good. Now, one great thing about this is the weight of it. Now, my other cameras for photography are the Panasonic S5 that I'm shooting on, and while when I pair that with a 20 to 60 kit lens that I've got, it's not terrible. It's not that heavy. But when you pair it with the 24 to 70 f2.8, which I'm shooting on right now, it is a very heavy lens camera situation. I've got the Fuji X-T4 over there. That is a much more manageable camera to be carrying with the 16 to 80 kit lens that's on there. And it's a better lens for sure, there's no doubt about that. Maybe. Actually, I do believe this is a little sharper than that one. I'm not really impressed with that 16 to 80. It's not a great lens in my opinion. It has good stabilization, you know, comparatively, but I don't think it's that great of a lens. It's probably still better stabilization than this, but I do believe this is actually a sharper lens. And I like the fact that it's a power zoom lens as well. I think that's really nice. And I do like the fact that there's a zoom rocker on here, so I don't even need to really use the zoom rocker that's actually on the lens. It's not too bad. But the lightweight, and then compared with these things right here, these are these little loops here to be able to cook. I use a Peak Design strap for my cameras, and I love Peak Design products. They're such great products. However, with most cameras nowadays come with these stupid little loops, like, you know, the X-T4 has got these stupid little loops on there, and I hate these things. First off, I mean, with this camera right here, there's plenty of room on the side to put something like this, right? Plenty of room on the side to put something like this, so that I can actually fit those through here. The old I can't remember what the hell, anchors, Peak Design anchors, used to be a little bit thinner. I guess they were breaking. I don't know. They changed them. There's a couple generations of them, but you can't really find the old ones anymore. Used to be able to fit through those. I mean, you'd really have to fight it, but they would fit. I had Sony cameras in the past that would fit. And I had the older loops. I don't have them anymore, the older anchors. But I think, I mean, if ever I become president of the world, one thing that I'm going to do, 100% guarantee, is make it illegal for cameras to put these stupid little things on here. I don't like the traditional straps that come with cameras. I like Peak Design because I'm a bigger guy. Like, I'm not a small dude, you know. And I like to crossbody my cameras, and the typical camera straps that come with, they're not long enough for that for me. I'm just a big guy that just, you know, and I like to have my camera down by like my waist level, out of the way. It's not like in my, you know, bouncing around and stuff like that. I don't like carrying it just around my neck because it just kind of fumbles around and moves around and stuff like that. It's really annoying. But when you crossbody it and you put it over down by your hip, it doesn't really move at all. It's not really in your way. It has no issues. I was looking for a photography camera, something very lightweight that I could carry with me everywhere I go. And when I looked at this camera, you know, and Sony kind of marketed this towards vlogging, right? And I I have a vlogging channel, which I don't really call it a vlogging channel. It's my document channel where I get to document my life. That's all I do with it. I'm not trying to do anything special with that channel. I just want to be able to go back and be able to watch the things that I've got to do with my life and see the things that I got to do with my life. Do I have the most interesting life in the world? No, I don't. I'm not going to say that at all, but I mean, I've had a pretty good run, I think. Got to travel the world, and, you know, I decided that I want to start documenting it. So I was looking at some different cameras that are out there, you know, the M50, and I could find the X-T4, the X-T30, or sorry, X-E4, X-T30 from Fuji, the new Nikon ZF-C I was interested in, you know, for travel photography, and all those cameras are significantly priced more than this. Are they probably better for photography? Potentially, yeah. But they're all, I wasn't looking for the price. If I want to take the best quality image on something, if there's like a, you know, like a bucket list photo that I want to get, like, you know, I went to Iceland years ago and I went out to the black sand beach where the crashed Navy C-47 was, and that was like one of those like bucket list photos. Now, if you ever get the opportunity to do that, you need to get there as early as possible to take that photo, because it's just crawling with people all day long. So you really can't get that close to it. So you know, it is what it is. But if there's ever like, you know, waterfalls and stuff like that in Iceland, I got to take photos of. Go check my Instagram, CJ_abroad. I get to see a lot of stuff. My current CJ Abroad channel, YouTube channel, I didn't start until a little over a year ago, so I didn't do a whole lot of traveling during that time. I just spent a lot of time in England, and it was kind of aimed towards more of my retirement. And now I'm here in Arkansas, and I'm doing a lot of hiking and stuff like that, and moving around and traveling around and stuff like that. So for sure, go check out that channel if you're interested. But I did a vlog test on this. It's definitely a vlogging camera. There's no doubt about that. It's got great microphones in there, but I do believe that, in my opinion, it's more suited for travel photography because of its lightweight, because of its sensor. The camera has a slow readout speed. The sensor's old, so it doesn't really do well when it comes to like run and gun. You're moving around a lot. It's going to have terrible rolling shutter, and when it comes to video. So for vlogging, I don't really necessarily think this is that great of an option. I honestly think, I mean, I'll tell you till I'm blue in the face that this right here, if you want to get a vlogging channel, get yourself a GoPro. I mean, and then, you know, if you want to do something inside, this isn't bad for that. You know, I'll do a video on like studio setup for this as well in the future. Just kind of stay tuned to that for that. I got a ton of videos coming, a ton of ideas coming for this channel when it comes to the ZV-E10. Yeah, so I don't have any issues with this lens, but there are a ton of options. Now, I'm going to do a whole video on this for vlogging lenses, but there are so many options right now when it comes to lenses if you want to upgrade this. Now, I would take this over like the ZV-1 when it comes to travel photography because of the lens options. Now, I'm not saying that the ZV-1 has a bad lens. It's got a 24-70, I think f1.8 to 2.8. That's a great, you know, lens. But again, it's attached to a 1-inch sensor. It's going to be limited. There are so many great lenses that you can pick up for this camera here. You know, the Sigma 16 1.4. There's a bunch of Tamron lenses. The 18-105 power zoom lens is a lens that I am very much interested in potentially going to buy for this camera as another travel photography camera. That lens, while it's large, it is extremely lightweight. I don't understand how they can make that lens lightweight, and I will get that lens for this camera in the future. Because it is that good. It is that good. It is a great lens. So there's a lot of lens upgrades. There's so many great APS-C lenses, designed APS-C lenses for this. And I'll do a whole video on, I got plans for some videos coming up. So just kind of, you know, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned to the channel. Yeah. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the battery. Now, this thing doesn't get a good rap because of its small battery. But the great thing about this battery is that a lot of people don't talk about on their channel is you can buy third-party batteries. Now, typically, I wouldn't recommend buying third-party batteries. I would recommend buying, you know, branded, you know, Panasonic S5. I have 4 batteries. They're all Panasonic S5 batteries. X-T4, I've got 3 batteries that are just Fujifilm branded batteries. For this camera here, you know, it's been around for so long. This battery's been around for so long. It's been able to, you know, they've been able to master it, right? They've been able to build this battery, you know, third-party ones perfectly fine, and you can get a set of a couple of them for a couple, you know, well, under probably $20. They're all over Amazon, and the battery quality is perfectly fine. Now, I don't. This is the only battery I have for it right now. I probably will buy more in the future. Matter of fact, I will be buying more in the future. But I'm not going to buy I think they're like $60-something for these batteries, the branded Sony ones, for one battery. But you can buy two batteries and a charger for like $20. So, and that's perfectly fine. I do believe that third-party batteries for this. So when people complain about the battery, yes, the battery life is not great on this camera. Even for top photography, because I mean the one great thing is you know you can leave it on all day, right, and just close the back screen, and everything is kind of shutting off. And then once you want it back on, you just open the screen back up, and it's right back on again. You know, that is a great thing about this camera. However, you know the battery is gonna die. It's gonna drain, right? But again, I mean you look at any other company out there. Like if you want to buy, you know, third-party batteries, you know, like the S5, I think there's a couple of them now that, because this S5 is so new and the battery is so new, there's a couple companies out there that make third-party batteries for the Panasonic S5, but when I think about that, like, this camera's been out for less than a year now, I believe, or maybe a little over a year, and, you know, I mean, how much time have they had to spend to kind of reverse manufacture this, you know what I mean? This Sony battery has been around for more than a decade. You know, significantly more than a decade, you know, 15 years or so. They've been able to reverse engineer this battery to make it pretty much exactly the same way as it is, you know, branded from Sony. So I have no issues with a third-party battery from this. And then, like I said, you can get a package of two of them for $20. Comes with a charger, so I mean, you'll never be really out of battery. So I have no issues with the battery whatsoever. It's not that bad. And again, one more last thing, I guess the autofocus, you know, comparatively to, maybe not the Canon M50, but comparatively to the Nikon ZF-C, anything from Fuji, you're going to blow it away with this, even with the kit lens. It's going to be better. Autofocus is silent. Great option for travel photography, in my opinion. Anyways, that's about it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.